If you own or manage a business or nonprofit, Next Level Capital is excited to tell you that the IRS might owe you $100,000 or more without you knowing it. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, as part of the American Rescue Plan Act, the vast majority of organizations in America took advantage of the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP. It helped these organizations stay afloat during the difficult economic times. It was well advertised and simple to apply for. Initially, organizations had to make the choice between the PPP and the Employee Retention Program, or ERC. After millions of organizations took advantage of the quicker PPP option, an important but little-known policy change was made by the Biden administration that allowed organizations to take advantage of both programs. For various reasons, most businesses and nonprofits are still totally unaware of the ERC program, and that they are likely owed between $8,000 and $26,000 per employee. As long as your business has more than 5 full-time W-2 employees and was inconvenienced in any way by the COVID-19 pandemic, like having to do video conferencing or buying masks, and as long as you were in business by February 15, 2020, you'll most certainly qualify. You don't even have to show a drop in revenue. Your organization's income could have even increased and you can still qualify. While many organizations don't think they're eligible, if you meet the simple criteria, there's a 95% chance or better that you do qualify. We'll show you how. And in some ways, the ERC is even better than the PPP. The PPP was a loan, but the Employee Retention Credit is a grant, so it's money that never has to be paid back. Business owners and nonprofits can use it however they want. Once the large check is sent to you by the U.S. government, you can keep it as a cushion, spend it on your business, buy a house, give your employees bonuses, or go on 17 vacations, or whatever you choose to do with it. If you're a nonprofit, you might think twice about the 17 vacations, but you get the idea. To give an example of how this benefits your organization, if you have 10 employees and the credit ends up being $10,000 per employee, that's $100,000 no obligation. And if you've got 50 employees and your credit ends up averaging $12,000 per employee, that's a $600,000 tax refund check coming your way. Still, there's got to be more to why companies haven't taken advantage of the ERC. There is. While the PPP was simple to apply for, the ERC has about 200 pages of complex IRS legislation with guidelines, regulations, and qualifications criteria that can be confusing and, understandably, a little intimidating. To make it worse, the rules have changed multiple times from 2020 to 2021, and each state can have additional laws that affect the process. It's got more than its share of complex and technical details that may apply differently to different employees within your organization. So it's no surprise that most business owners, accountants, and CPAs have difficulty being confident that they can master all the details. Your accountant or CPA probably does a great job, but they've probably never mastered these complex ERC rules and requirements. And you don't want to risk getting the numbers wrong or rejected by the IRS, as many companies do, or getting much less than you are entitled to, or have it take forever, or any combination of these avoidable outcomes. Thankfully, your organization can still get all that is owed to you. Next Level Capital has partnered with an incredibly specialized group of over 140 CPAs and tax lawyers that focus entirely on ERC tax amendments. These experts work with you, start to finish, without it costing you a dime until you've received your big check from the IRS, so it's absolutely no risk to you. They help you gather the relevant documents, and they take it from there, doing complex, time-consuming, detailed analysis to get you every cent you're entitled to. The work is triple-checked by expert ERC specialists before being submitted to the IRS. And this is all done as quickly as possible so you can get your funds as soon as possible. While there are billions of dollars available to organizations who have their tax amendments submitted correctly, this once-in-a-lifetime gift has a deadline. And once the allocated funds are gone, it's too late. There is proposed legislation to change the deadline, so you don't want to wait. It's also unclear exactly when the funds will run out, or if there will be some reallocation of funds or other policy changes. Your competitors probably don't even know this program exists. Why not get what's owed to you? We've already successfully partnered to process about $2 billion in refunds for thousands of companies. Don't let your tax refund expire. We'll even file the IRS forms for you. Fill out the simple, no-obligation form below to get you started on the process to get your fair share of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Find out why about 90% of organizations that talk to us about helping them with the ERC end up getting $10,000 or more back per employee, even when they thought they didn't qualify.